Hello, and this is Sunny. Welcome back. Today my topic is how to remember 5 classes IPv4. At the first glance, I believe many people would feel overwhelmed by this table. Too much information, you may say. But in the next 10 minutes, I will break apart this table piece by piece. By the end of the video, you could be able to remember the table without memorizing it. Let's review quickly what an IPv4 address looks like. An IPv4 address is a 32-bit long value. In binary, it is a 32-bit long string of zeros and ones. It consists of 4 octets, or 4 8 bits of ones and zeros separated by dot. Each octet is between 8 zeros and 8 ones. In decimal format, it consists of 4 numbers separated by dot, such as 192.168.4.2. Each decimal number is between 0 and 255. And remember these 2 magic numbers. Now let's start with the first octet range. Basically, we get these 5 classes by dividing the first octet from 0 to 255 into 5 groups, just like dividing a number line from 0 to 255 into 5 different segments. Keep this number line in mind as we talk about 5 classes. Class A starts with 0, the first number, and Class E ends with 255, the last number. 0 and 255 are 2 magic numbers. In order to get the start point for Class B, C, D, and E, we must bring back the binary weight table. Remember, we use this table to convert from binary to decimal or from decimal to binary. Class B's start point is 128, which is leftmost number. Class C starts with 192, which is the sum of 128 and 64. Class D starts with 224, which is the sum of 128 plus 64 plus 32. Class E starts with 240, which is the sum of 128, 64, 32, and 16. So do you see the pattern? With all start point for 5 classes, we can get the end point. The end point of Class A, like last number of Class A, is 127. Class B's last number is 191. Class C end point is 223, and Class D end point is 239. Now we get all these 5 classes ranges in decimal number. Let's move to the third column, the first octet in binary format. Keep in mind, binary and decimal are only 2 different expressions for the one exactly same thing. And if you know already the conversion between them, the following expression would not be so difficult. For Class A, the first bit is always 0. The other 7 bits are any combination of zeros and ones. For Class B, the first 2 bits, 1, 0, are fixed. The other 6 bits are any combination of zeros, ones. For Class C, the first 3 bits, 1, 1, 0, are fixed. The other 5 bits are any combination of zeros and ones. For D, for class D, the first 4 bits 1110 are fixed. The other 4 bits are any combination of 0s 1. For class E, the first 4 bits 1111 are fixed. The other 4 bits are any combination of 0s and 1s. Once you get this step, the rest is much simpler, I promise. For example, when we deal with the IP address range in the 4th column, we simply copy the first octet from the 2nd column. Because other 3 octets always start with 0 and end with 255. That's all. Now let's move to the default subnet mask. The class A default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Class B is 255.255.0.0 and class C is 255.255.255.0. And we do not have subnet masks for class D and E, which makes our life a little bit easier. Now let's calculate the number of networks and the number of hosts per network for class A, B, and C. And we will use subnet mask as a calculation tool. Here is how it works. To get the maximum number of hosts per network, we use a simple formula. H equals 2 to the power of x minus 2, whereas H stands for the total number of usable host IDs, X stands for the number of zeros and the subnet mask. And we must subtract 2 because one ID is reserved for network and one ID is reserved for broadcast. Class A subnet mask has 24 zeros. Thus, the number of host IDs per network is 2 to the power of 24 minus 2. To calculate the number of networks for each class, we use subnet mask ones part. For example, class A subnet mask has 8 ones, but the first bit is always 0, which effectively reduces the number of useful bits in the network portion to 7 bits. Thus, the number of networks is 2 to the power of 7. By the same method, class B subnet mask has 16 zeros. Thus, the number of hosts per network is 2 to the power of 16 minus 2. Class B subnet mask has 16 ones, but the first 2 bits are always 10, which reduces the number of useful bits in the network portion to 14. And thus the number of networks in class B is 2 to the power of 14. By the same token, class C subnet mask has 8 zeros. Thus, the number of hosts per network in class C is 2 to the power of 8 minus 2. Class C subnet mask has 24 ones, but the first 3 bits are fixed, leaving only useful 21 bits for network portion. Thus, the number of networks in entire class C is 2 to the power of 21. We are finally done. Thank you very much for your patience. You may say, wait a minute, your table is different from the one in my textbook. For example, my textbook says class A first octet ranges from 1 to 126, but you are telling me its range is from 0 to 127. Why? Well, that's a great question because my table does not exclude some special IP addresses which I will talk about in my next video. Thank you very much and see you next time.